The WNBA is hotter than ever, breaking records and capturing headlines. But beneath the surface of its explosive growth, a fierce rivalry is boiling over. Not just between players, but potentially between a player and the league itself. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. It's the narrative dominating the season. But when WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert stepped in with carefully chosen words, potentially alienating a star in the process, this is the story of how a rivalry became a flashpoint, forcing the WNBA to show its hand. To understand today, we have to go back to college. The 2023 NCAA Women's Championship game wasn't just a game, it was a cultural moment. LSU versus Iowa, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. The talent was undeniable, but it was the drama that captivated millions. Reese's now infamous "you can't see me" gesture towards Clark, mimicking Clark's own earlier taunt, became instant sports lore. Some saw competitive fire, others saw poor sportsmanship. It ignited debates about passion, respect, race, and how female athletes are perceived. Fast forward to the WNBA draft. Clark goes number 1 to Indiana, Reese number 7 to Chicago. The stage was set. Two rookies, already carrying the weight of national attention, landed in a league ready to capitalize on their star power. The anticipation was immense. Could they coexist? Would the rivalry mellow or intensify under the professional spotlight? The WNBA stage didn't cool things down, it amplified them. Early clashes saw sparks fly. The infamous incident involving Reese's teammate Chennedy Carter delivering a blindsided foul on Clark off the ball drew widespread condemnation. Reese's reaction on the bench fueled the fire. Later, when Reese herself committed a flagrant foul, hitting Clark in the head on a drive, the rivalry narrative exploded again. Reese's post-game comments often fanned the flames, suggesting Clark benefits from a different whistle, playing into a league darling. These weren't isolated events. They formed a pattern, discussed endlessly online and in the media. Was it just hard-nosed basketball, the welcome to the league treatment for a rookie phenom? Or was there something more personal, a targeted aggression fueled by the existing rivalry and perhaps resentment? The fan base became intensely divided. Team Clark supporters often point to her record-breaking talent and argue she's facing unfair, overly physical, and sometimes dangerous play simply because of her profile. They see the criticism of her as excessive and sometimes coded, demanding the league protect its biggest draw. On the other side, Team Reese fans champion her passion and competitive fire. They argue she plays hard like many others and is being unfairly scrutinized and villainized, possibly due to racial bias or a perceived double standard in how assertive female athletes, particularly Black women, are treated. They see her confidence as refreshing, not disrespectful, and feel the league isn't appreciating her contributions to the game's energy and appeal. Amidst this escalating circus, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert made her move. It wasn't just a generic call for sportsmanship. In interviews and statements, she emphasized the need to protect the integrity of the game and warned against conduct detrimental to the league. While not naming names directly in every instance, the timing and context made the target seem clear to many observers. She spoke about the type of role models the league wants to promote, focusing on dedication and professionalism, qualities heavily associated with Clark's public image. Why now? The WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth. TV deals, sponsorships, attendance, all are soaring, largely fueled by this rookie class, especially Clark. Was Engelbert acting purely as a guardian of sportsmanship? Or was she also acting as the CEO of a rapidly expanding business, needing to protect her most valuable asset and ensure the league's image aligns with mainstream corporate partners? This seemed less like officiating a spat and more like strategic brand management. The fallout for Angel Reese intensified. Her social media became a battleground, with posts ranging from defiant to seemingly frustrated, accusing the league of rigging things against her and playing favorites. Then the sponsorship dominoes began to fall. While specific details of major deals are often private, reports surfaced of brands quietly distancing themselves. A top athletic wear brand reportedly terminated its partnership citing violation of core values. An energy drink followed suit. Even a tech company involved in a recent social campaign quickly scrubbed her from their materials. Adding fuel to the fire was the leaked private audio, where Reese was heard expressing intense negativity towards Clark, reportedly discussing dirty tactics and dismissing concerns about crossing lines. This wasn't just trash talk, it sounded strategic and personal, damaging her claims of simply being a passionate competitor. Publicly, Reese might brush it off, but insiders reported panic behind the scenes as her carefully crafted Bayou Barbie brand began to unravel, hitting her both personally and financially. It's a dramatic turn of events. Reese's brand took a massive hit after the commissioner's statements and the leaks. Do you think the sponsors and the league overreacted, or was Reese's conduct genuinely damaging the WNBA's image? Let me know your honest opinion down below. And hey, if you're finding this deep dive valuable, please smash that like button and consider subscribing for more WNBA analysis. All right, let's shift focus back to the other side of this equation. Throughout this firestorm, Caitlin Clark has largely remained publicly silent on the personal drama, letting her play do the talking. Her focus appears locked on the court. This approach, whether strategic or simply her personality, has contrasted sharply with Reese's public reactions. It reinforces the image the league seems eager to promote: cool, collected, professional, a generational talent focused solely on basketball. And the league has embraced her. Her games consistently draw record ratings, sell out arenas, and drive merchandise sales. She's already locked in major endorsements with global brands. By seemingly defending Clark, or at least the idea of Clark, Engelbert aligns the league with its most bankable star. It's undeniable. Clark's arrival has been a financial windfall for the WNBA, and the league appears keen to protect and amplify that. It's impossible to discuss this rivalry without acknowledging the broader context. Debates around race have been prominent, with many arguing that Reese, as a black woman, faces harsher judgment for the same level of competitiveness or trash talk that might be excused or even celebrated in other athletes, particularly white athletes or male athletes. Is there a media narrative at play that paints Clark as the good girl and Reese as the villain? Furthermore, the discussion touches on how female athletes are often expected to be perpetually graceful and agreeable, while male athletes are frequently lauded for aggression and swagger. Is the WNBA, in its quest for mainstream acceptance, inadvertently reinforcing these double standards by clamping down on a style of play and expression that deviates from a more palatable norm? So was Engelbert's move a masterstroke or a misstep? Strategically, aligning with Clark leverages the massive attention she brings. It potentially reassures corporate sponsors looking for a safe investment and appeals to a broader, perhaps more traditional sports audience. It sets a tone for conduct expectations as the league continues its rapid professionalization. However, the risk is significant. The WNBA's core fan base has long celebrated diverse personalities and passionate play. Alienating Reese and her supporters could create a rift. Does focusing heavily on one superstar potentially diminish the contributions and marketability of other incredible players in the league? Is the league sacrificing some of its authentic edge for corporate polish? It's a delicate balancing act between capitalizing on the Clark effect and nurturing the diverse ecosystem of the entire WNBA. Where does this leave Clark and Reese? Can their rivalry evolve into a purely on-court battle respected for its intensity, like Bird vs. Magic? Or has the off-court drama and the commissioner's intervention poisoned the well? The league's new, stricter policies on conduct will be tested. Will Reese adapt her approach, or will she continue to push boundaries and face potential fines or suspensions? And how will Clark navigate the immense pressure and the perception of being the league's chosen one? The WNBA is at a crossroads. Its popularity is undeniable, but navigating this internal conflict while maintaining growth is the next big challenge. The decisions made now regarding player conduct, media narratives, and league branding will shape the WNBA for years to come. Ultimately, the commissioner took a stand. Whether it was purely about integrity or a calculated business decision, protecting a generational talent and the league's image, the impact is undeniable. Angel Reese is facing the consequences, while Caitlin Clark's star continues to ascend under the league's apparent favor. But the debate rages on. What side are you on? Was Engelbert right? Is the treatment fair? What does the future hold for Clark, Reese, and the WNBA? Share your final thoughts in the comments. The conversation is just getting started. If you stayed for this whole deep dive, thank you. Please hit that like button, subscribe for more WNBA content, and ring the bell so you never miss an update.